All right, well, now we'll move on to our action items, and our first proclamation is the one that we're here for. And Jolene Kelly, you're going to kick this off, right? So this is consider approval of a proclamation recognizing the 175th anniversary of Marion County. So would you come up and then introduce the people that you're with? And got to get Facebook Live going here, right? Yeah, okay.
Before Mr. Tieman speaks, I want to say just a couple of things about who Francis Marion was. So Francis Marion was a lieutenant colonel in the Continental Army and then a brigadier general in the South Carolina militia during the American Revolutionary War. He became known as the Swamp Fox for his ability to use decoys and ambushes to disrupt enemy communication, capture supplies, and free prisoners. His use of non-traditional tactics helped set in motion the decline of open battles in that conflict. And records also indicate that he was a sailor prior to the Revolutionary War. General Marion is credited in the lineage of the United States Army Rangers and other American military special forces. There are 17 counties in the United States named for Francis Marion, as well as numerous cities, parks, and schools. So now I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. The Sons of the American Revolution is a society of direct line descendants to someone who has served in or assisted the colonies in the Revolutionary War. In my case, my patriot ancestor was Moses Parkhurst, my fourth great-grandfather, who joined the Massachusetts Continental Army in 1779 at the age of 16. And he fought in the last Battle of Yorktown and saw the surrender of General Cornwallis to General George Washington. Not bad for being a 20-year-old, huh? Today, I'm wearing the General's uniform of the Oregon Continental Color Guard. Our duties are not only to show the colors at parades and celebrations, but as historical interpreters, we teach our children and future generations about the Revolutionary War, about our patriot ancestors like General Francis Marion, and to remind them the price and the responsibility of freedom. To that end, we are building the largest Revolutionary War memorial west of the Mississippi River in Beaverton. It will be an interactive memorial, not only honoring our patriot ancestors, but also through our partners, the school district, the public library, and the American Legion. It will teach about the Revolutionary War. I want to conclude by saying it's a pleasure to be here today, not as a teacher, but as a student, to learn more about Marion County and the beginnings of this area when I tour your visitor center. The Swamp Fox and I thank you.
Thank you very much. So when I became a commissioner in 2003, in the board office, our conference room was called the Swamp Fox Conference Room. And outside of it, it had a picture of General Francis Marion, and then it had a little, another framed one page that had a descriptor of what he did. And then when we had to move out of Courthouse Square, you may have heard that, and then we moved back in a few years later after it was fixed and renamed all of the conference rooms after the cities of Marion County. So we no longer have the Swamp Fox Conference Room, but I always thought that that was a great piece of history for us to have in Courthouse Square.
I found it a little hard to say Swamp
Yeah,
Fox.
when we read the calendar, it was like, yeah, the Swamp Fox Conference Room. So, yeah.
Silverton's so easy.
Yeah, it is, very easy.
We could rename the commissioner's boardroom the Swamp Fox.
There you go.
Right, there you go. And Christy, do you have the official proclamation copy? I'm going to give you a heads up to get that out, so I'd like us to sign that after we take this vote, and then I understand, General Francis Marion, that you are going to read
I
the
am.
proclamation to us. Do you want to read it before we take the vote or after we take the vote? Why don't we have him read it before we take the vote? So,
I'll make this official. I'll put it
yeah,
on the
that
hat.
would be great.
Okay. In a manner of a proclamation recognizing the 175th anniversary of the founding of Marion County. Whereas 175 years ago today, early settlers gathered on the bluff overlooking the Willamette River at Champoeg to vote on the formation of Oregon's first provincial government, responding to issues such as attacks on livestock by wolves, bears, and cougars, issuing land grants, and settling probate. And whereas on July the 5th, 1843, the Oregon Territory Provisional Government was formally established, and divided into 4 districts, including Tualatin, Yamhill, Clackamas, and Champoeg, which was later named Champoeg. And whereas in September 1849, Champoeg County was renamed Marion County in honor of Revolutionary War General Francis Marion, known as the Swamp Fox, and Salem was designated as a county seat by the territorial legislature. And whereas in 1851, the Marion County Courthouse site was donated to Marion County by William H. Wilson, and in 1857, the first of Marion County's 3 courthouses hosted the Oregon Constitutional Convention. And whereas on February the 14th, 1859, Oregon was admitted as the 33rd state of the Union, and on April 4th, 1859, the first recorded session of the Marion County Court under statehood was held. And whereas in 1963, after 120 years, the county court ended and was reorganized as a board of commissioners. And whereas today, county government is responsible for public safety, roads and bridges, public and mental health, economic development, property assessment, elections, and much more. And whereas Marion County has played an integral role in the Oregon's history, and now, therefore, the Marion County Board of Commissioners hereby recognizes the 175th anniversary of the founding of Marion County in 1853, signed and dated the 2nd day of May, 2018 in Champoeg, Oregon.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I could, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the proclamation that recognizes the 175th anniversary of the founding of Marion County.
And I'll second your motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve this proclamation. Any discussion? No discussion?
It's just kind of, sometimes you get little chills up and down your, when you do things, whether it's the Star Spangled Banner or the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever. I just got that just thinking about what happened here 175 years ago. It's just pretty amazing to be sitting here today.
It is.
Yeah.
And the government that we have, as we talked about, the Republican form of government has been a government that has served us well. And those of you that work with the county know that county government is close to the people, and so it makes it a wonderful opportunity for us as commissioners and for all of the staff that you'll hear from later and other elected officials that work so hard to bring services to Marion County. So shall we take a vote first?
Bet.
All right, so all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's approved unanimously. Thank
I
you.
was ready to sign early.
I know you were.